What are you? I've been asked that all my life. And it's interesting, when I was younger, I didn't know what that actually meant. I would just say, I'm Tanya. They would say, where are you from? From New York. And they would just keep probing. And when I met my husband, after some time, because he'd never asked me those questions, he just wanted to get to know the true me. I asked him, do you get asked those questions? He's white. He said, never. And I was like, why are they just kind of pointing me out? And I realized, what people have told me, you look exotic. I can't tell where you're from. Yes, I have a diverse background. It is interesting. And I know people mean well, but I want you to recognize, from my point, getting asked those questions all the time, especially from some folks who know nothing about me. They just ask that question and then walk away. Just made me feel so kind of uncomfortable, didn't make me feel good. And it almost made me feel like a novelty item. You have unusual skin color, or your hair, what is that? And it's just, again, I know people are coming from a good place and are meaning well for the most part. But it just, from my point, I wanted to share that if you keep getting asked those questions, and again, the person is just leaving, not really wanting to get to know the true you, it's not satisfying. And a better way is to get to know the person. And also, from that person that's asking those questions, would you ask a person of any color those questions? Or would you ask just this person? And check in, because what is your ultimate goal? I get it for curiosity. Make sure that person's comfortable, and remember, they have the right to answer or not. So if they're hesitating or not answering, it's okay to let it go, and maybe later on get to know them more. And then it usually can come sometimes up in conversation naturally. It doesn't have to be kind of that targeted question and answer, and that person feels kind of like that they have to answer because you're not letting it go. So, but now I realize I can stand in my power. I do have a right to answer that question. And for some people that were, kept targeting me and kind of putting me in a corner, I just said, no, I'm not comfortable giving you those answers, or I have a right to share my story with whom I want to. So, but the dialogue is there, and I just wanted to give you words, if you're in my boat, to know that you have every right to share your story or not, and it's personal. So I'm glad that I'm standing with myself and using my voice to speak up. And I think in a good way we can create love from both ends, because if it's coming from love, and I definitely have shared my story with people, I realized that's all they wanted. It was just to really get to know the true me, and it was coming from a good place. Or if they were of diverse background, they were just interested and we were sharing our stories together. It was really nice. So lots of love. I'm Tanya, Dr. Gold, and just recognize that you're a beautiful light in this world. It's meant to shine. Mwah. Love you.